Hello everyone. Thank you for always following my channel. The narrator's voice begins, warm and steady, carrying the intimacy of a fireside story. I wonder how your work went today. Tonight, I will tell you about a reunion long in the making, the return of James and Dave. Their journey has been marked by trials, by distance, and by longing. But after so much time apart, they are finally together again. And this time, it is no dream. It is truth. A morning in the countryside. In the humble bamboo house nestled deep within the countryside, the soft morning light seeped through the woven fences, dappling the earthen courtyard where Dyke and little Nee began their day. There was no din of traffic, no metallic blare of the city, only the harmony of rural life. The birds weaving songs in the treetops, the rustling of banana leaves in the breeze, and the occasional crackle of firewood in the outdoor stove. Moved with practiced grace among the trellises, plucking tender green shoots of gourd leaves. Her hands, though quick and efficient, were tender, as though each sprout she touched carried a heartbeat of its own. Beside her, little Nee toddled with a small bamboo basket clutched in her arms. Each time she discovered a fresh sprout, her eyes sparkled, and she squealed with delight, as though she had found treasure. The vegetable trellis was shaded under a mesh netting, leaves thick and lush, casting a cool emerald glow upon their laughter. The rituals of daily life. Once the basket was full, led the child toward the clay water tank at the edge of the garden. Cool, crystalline water gushed out, gleaming in the light. Bent low, rinsing the rice until the grains slipped like pearls between her fingers. Nee leaned close, eager to help, giggling as droplets splashed her round cheeks. Chuckled at the child's excitement, shaking her head but letting her join in the work. It was nothing extraordinary, rinsing rice, washing greens, giggling when water spilled, and yet these tiny rituals contained the whole symphony of family, of belonging. In another corner of the yard, Nee skipped toward the chicken coop with a basket of grain almost too big for her. She scattered it by the handful, and soon hens, chicks, and a proud red rooster swarmed the ground, clucking and flapping noisily. Her laughter rang out bright and clear, mingling with the rustling wings and tiny feet against the dirt, a rustic symphony of joy. Meanwhile, had returned to the outdoor kitchen. She placed more wood into the fire, the flames leaping higher, casting warmth across the yard while curls of blue smoke unfurled lazily into the air. On the bamboo table nearby, meat was neatly sliced and the freshly washed greens gleamed. She stirred the pan with quick motions, garlic sizzling, its aroma drifting beyond the fence, into the fields. Drawn by the sound, little Nee clambered onto a stool, peering with round eyes into the pan where vegetables danced in oil. Soon, the meal was ready. steaming bowls of white rice, stir-fried greens glistening bright, and a plate of savory braised meat. The two sat side by side at the bamboo table. Tea spooned rice gently into Nee's bowl, and the child ate with a wide smile that seemed to fill the courtyard with light. There was no grandeur in their meal, no feast, no ceremony, only the fragrance of rice, the sweetness of greens, the tenderness of food grown and cooked by their own hands. Yet every bite carried love, every spoonful infused with comfort and belonging. Beyond the bamboo fence, the air was scented with ripening rice paddies. Cicadas droned in the trees. A rooster crowed far off. It was the countryside's quiet poetry, happiness in its simplest, truest form. The plane touches down. Far away, in another world, an airplane descended, wheels striking the tarmac with a familiar rumble. James sat by the window, his gaze fixed on the land below. Inside him churned anticipation, warmth, and an ache so profound it had become almost physical. His long flight was over. He was finally back in his homeland, back where T lived, the woman who had haunted his dreams. As he walked through the airport, his suitcase trailed behind him. His tall frame radiated confidence, but his eyes betrayed impatience. He scanned the crowd, half hoping, half dreaming, that she might already be there. But James knew the true joy was waiting elsewhere, and so he wasted no time, preparing to return. His first stop was not a hotel or a cafe but a small barber shop. If he was to stand before T again, he wanted to look his best. As scissors snipped away months of travel-worn hair, James's thoughts drifted. He pictured her hands plucking vegetables, her gentle voice humming through the house, her smile soft as morning light. By the time he looked into the mirror, his reflection was refreshed, sharp, alive. He nodded to himself, inhaling a steady breath as though gathering courage for what lay ahead. But he was not finished. At a children's clothing store, James's eyes were drawn instantly to the rows of tiny dresses and playful outfits. He chose carefully, a floral frock, a bright top, a warm little jacket. With each choice, he pictured Nee's laughter, her eyes widening with joy. Next, he stopped at a flower stall. Rain drizzled lightly, the petals glistening under street lamps. He chose a bouquet of red and pink roses, tied with green leaves, vivid, alive, resilient, like T herself. He added fruit, small gifts, arranging them neatly in the back of his truck. These were not mere purchases. They were promises in physical form, fragments of his longing made tangible, the road home. Night had fallen when James finally drove out of the city. His black pickup sliced through shimmering wet streets, headlights reflecting off puddles. On the seat beside him lay the bouquet, its fragrance filling the cab, mingling with the faint scent of children's clothes. Every turn of the wheel brought him closer to her. The bamboo fence, the smoke rising from the kitchen. The laughter of the child. Trees swayed in the night breeze as he turned onto the familiar village road. Warm light spilled from scattered homes along the way. His hands tightened on the steering wheel. His heart thudded in his chest. And then, the gate appeared. The reunion. He parked, gathered the bouquet and gifts, and stepped into the courtyard, rain dripping from the eaves. T saw him first. For one breathless moment, she froze, her eyes wide. Then, like a dam breaking, she rushed forward, hair tumbling, tears already streaming. Time collapsed. She threw herself into his arms, clutching him as though afraid he might vanish. James held her tightly, inhaling her presence, grounding himself in the reality of her warmth. He whispered her name, voice trembling, breaking. Then he kissed her. It was urgent, tender, desperate, a kiss forged from years of separation, every unsent letter, every restless night. T, shy at first, yielded, returning his kiss with eyes shining wet with unrestrained joy. Nearby, little Nee stood wide-eyed, then burst into giggles. Her innocent laughter pierced the moment, turning tears into smiles. She tugged at James's sleeve with her tiny hand. "Uncle James is back," she announced, her voice bright as a bell. A family whole again. The three gathered around the bamboo table, the bouquet resting in one corner, its fragrance mingling with the smoky night. James opened his bag, revealing the gifts. Nee squealed with delight as she lifted each dress, twirled in each outfit, hugging him with fierce gratitude. T watched silently, her heart overflowing. She knew these were not just presents. They were promises, James's vow to be part of this little family, to shoulder their joys and sorrows alike. They ate together, laughed together, filling the home with a joy that eclipsed storms, silence, and years of absence. James took T's hand, his other arm wrapping around Nee, the three of them forming a picture of completeness beneath the bamboo eaves. In that moment, the long road of separation ended. Love had found its way home.